This real. This the truth, and I ain't gonna say it twice, okay? Homie Zach 710, the homie Zach 710, ZXinfinite, you already know who it is. Legendary Grand Entertainment. That's what it is. What it always has. What it will be. That's what it is. Now, it's always something negative, but like nowadays, it's like negative is the new normal, right? But what I find kind of funny is a lot of them will talk this talk, but they always, they'll be talking trash, talking bad, talking negative, or doing negative and doing this and that, and even showing it by their actions, which shows their character, by the way, and shows how they are. It don't matter what you grew up in or what you're around. You can change that. And if you don't realize that your best self is when you're not negative and when you're not on drugs, because they're all like freaking skinny doing drugs and freaking smoking marijuana, weed, which is a drug, and that's affecting them. That's making them so skinny and small. And so they be talking and then they all be teaming up. All of them be teaming up. It's never themselves. Now, I don't know a single person nowadays that does things themselves like me. But I'm talking about like no groups and groups and groups of people around. No multiple people, not several people, not two, not three, not four, not five, so on and so forth. One person, one. Singular, uno. Okay? We're talking about uno. One. Not a single person nowadays do it. They be all be like, oh, whoever is saying this and got my name in their mouth, hopefully they can back it up. Hopefully all this stuff you could back up. It's like, but then you're going to be the same person that's going to come in with like 30, 40 other people and try to fight and instigate a fight. And then, freaking weapons and stuff. It's like, what are you doing, bro? Like, what? That's unprofessional and unintellectual. That's straight up like unintelligent and unprofessional. That's not how a real man moves. And that's not how you do business. And that's not how you get business. That's not how you get money. And that's just not how, you get the best things out of it. That's not how you get business. It's not how you get money. That's not how you be a man. That's not how you get females. The way to do it is you do it yourself. If you get help and you have people around you 24/7, like no matter what. If you gonna come up to someone or try to come up to someone when they're by themselves and you got like groups of people, like there's one instance, right, that I can bring up that 2000 freaking 18. Some kid was talking trash for so long, so I'm like, all right, I know you gonna be at that park. I'm finna pull up to the park. We're gonna talk. Me and you only, and I specifically said this, me and you only. You got me blocked and everything. Let's do this. I'm gonna have a conversation. We're gonna sit down and talk. Because you want to keep spreading false rumors, but we in the same town. You want to keep doing this and this and that. I know you will not skip this soccer practice, whatever the frick it is. I don't know. I don't care. It's not important to anybody in life. Whatever you going to, I'm finna go there. And if you show up, you show up. I was at the tables. I was right there. He had to have saw me. The little kid Joshua had to have saw me. Because he then walked over to me. But the funniest part was what he was with his mom, his freaking all these girls. Like literally, he was with three other girls. Okay, we're talking about three females, three broads, and they're not bras. They're not freaking attractive, but like three bras. Okay, he brought three bras with him. Whole group of females, but he was the one talking trash. Keep that in mind. So that's what it's always gonna come down to. They always be talking, but they're the same ones that be talking when the whole time they're either projecting something from like some traumatizing past or whatnot, or like projecting energy that's been put onto them, and all that negativity that's put onto them, they're putting it on others and spreading it instead of thinking about like that it's negative, thinking that like how much it's going to affect them, and they don't realize that until maybe after. And that's the thing. It's always negative. And so, get to the part and then all of them are walking over here. I'm like, what is this? I'm not here to fight nobody. I'm not fighting no female. I never put my hands on a female in my life. So, I mean, until, I hit Joshua, but still, that didn't happen. Because he walked up to me and he kept asking me if I want to talk this out. And I'm like, why are we talking? Why are we talking? What are we here to do? So I was there. He was there. And he kept asking me, do you want to talk this out? Do you want to talk? I'm like, why are you asking me questions? This ain't no interview. I know I'm popular. I'm a celebrity and everybody likes me and doesn't like you compared to, us compared to each other. More people like me and more people know who I am because there's reasons for that. So I'm like, why are you questioning things? Like, why are we not talking about the reason why we're here? There is no, do you want to talk this out? You want to talk no, there's no nothing like that. We finna talk about some real stuff. Be men about this. I don't care, like, you bring your females, whatever. But if you're gonna be at least be there and talk to me and talk about things and figure out things, then let's do that. He didn't do that. He just sat there asking me, you want to talk this out? So like, then I was like, okay, this is stupid, bro. So, I was finna walk away. But then I'm like, freaking, he puts his hand up. He kept asking me over and over again, like, do you want to talk this out? And then he put his hand up, and I'm just like, all right, whatever. I'll be friendly. I'll just be nice. And I shook his hand, and then we went over, and we talked a little bit. Obviously, didn't do nothing. This kid's like mental, so that didn't do nothing. We talked for a little bit about like how the future is gonna be, and we're gonna start texting each other, keeping in contact. Because we were supposed to be friends, but we never got to that part and to that point because now how he's acting now too. So in the whole grand scheme of things, it wasn't worth it. And I knew it wasn't. But at that time I was like, okay, so I ain't got nothing else going on. I mean, like I could, but then, just other things were going on. And I'm like, well, I mean, there's a lot more that goes into it. But at that moment, I was like, okay, well, if I go here and I get this kid to squash his own beef with himself and I get him to realize the situation is stupid and I try to get him, snap him back into reality, a reality check right back into, real life instead of video games and virtual things, and I get him back to here, then maybe it's worth. But I don't know. I haven't been around this guy, so, I gave it a try. A second chance that he did not deserve. And just like that, what did he do? He's doing it worse now. So, it's always the same people that be talking trash on me and negatively and I'm not specifically talking about, Joshua, specifically talking about certain people. I'm just bringing up like that as an example because yes, I was talking about that as the second topic, but the topic that like as a side topic, but the main thing that I'm talking about in this entire video is just the fact that they always be saying stuff, talking as if they're going to be a man about things. And then they have all these groups of people and just all these other people with them. It's like, I thought you was a man, not a sheep. I thought you was a man, not another like infant, another freaking incel, another freaking, sperm cell. I thought you was a man. I thought you grew to a man. I thought you grew. But no, a sperm cell, immature, unprofessional. Your brain not developed if you thinking negatively. Especially anybody that doesn't like me. That's the same way for them. Anybody that's hating on me or anything negative towards me, that's the same with them. You cannot give me one good reason why anything I do you don't like. No videos were made. So, there's nothing there. There's no proof or evidence, documentation, paperwork, nothing like that. So there's nothing to be talked about in that department of things. So, with that out of the way, I just think it's highly funny that these people will always be talking about all this stuff, but then they're bringing groups of people around. And it's just like, everything's so negative nowadays, bro. Like, I don't know how y'all even think of that. And then negative people giving them money. And then it's like, getting bigger, and then now everybody's like inspired to be negative, and it just spreads like a freaking infection and wildfire. Like, it's just not right. But it is what it is. That's not how I'm gonna roll. It's not how I'm gonna rock. That's not what I'm gonna do. It's not what I feel like doing. That's absolutely not something that is something that I plan on doing. It's nothing that I'm never gonna think about. So if someone else does that, then that's them messing up. That's them effing up. That's not on me for any reason whatsoever. So if they choose to do that and they choose to be negative, and then it'll affect them before that, during that, and after that, then that's on them. You only live once. Live it to the fullest. Live your best and only life. I said that in my songs, my lyrics. Like, y'all gotta check out my music to really understand. But like, don't even worry, because I'm gonna start putting it out there even more eventually. So this is just a reminder to just like not think about any of this stuff. I'm not trying to antagonize something, or I'm not trying to um I don't know how to explain it. So for lack of a better term, I never did this before. Provoke is the word I'm going to use, but I never did that. But I'm just going to use it because I don't really know a better way of saying it right now. So for lack of a better term, provoking someone to do these things, like, it's not nothing like that. But it's all about choice, and a lot of people don't realize how this choices will affect them. Whether they get away with things or not, no matter what, someone will pay, and no matter what, well, someone will have repercussions and have consequences. Every action has a reaction. Every cause has an effect. Everything has something that goes with it. With good comes bad. With freaking good comes evil. So on and so forth. And I can go on about this whole entire thing in general, but I just, I had the thought, and it made me want to talk about this, because a lot of like white people think they can be going into hip hop and rap and then start doing all that, and then like, and start like, that's just not how it works, bro. That's just not how it works. Like, no X Deadly's clones. We're talking about Joshua included. No little gamer groups. Like, if y'all white, like, this, just don't do that. Don't say the N-word, because I know that one of those people are, and then no one saying anything about it. So just letting you know. He's been in my comment section on a fake account, but if y'all do the research, you can find him. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not even gonna say his name. No worth. It's unnecessary. Ain't nobody gonna know who he is anyway. So freaking all I'm finna say is, hope you have a legendary grand day. Stay positive. Positivity, prosperity, love, peace, everything all good. Everybody's happy. That's what I hope for. That's what I want. So, nobody don't have to like what I do, because I will like what I do. Nobody, you don't have to rock with it. You don't have to like it, because I do. So, y'all could choose to do what you do, but, y'all will see what is actually worth. Legitimately. Just letting you know. A lot of you people, or a lot of you haters that be talking trash on me out there, don't even realize the people around you, or the things that you're saying that I'm doing that I obviously didn't do, because there's no proof or evidence for it. But all that stuff that you don't like me for, all the stuff that you're saying I'm doing, all this stuff about this, and that, the problems that you have with me are literally the people doing around you are doing, and then you don't even realize that you're doing. And then there's a lot of other people out here doing way worse compared to me, because I'm not even doing bad at all, and not even doing worse at all, because I don't do none of that. None of it. Not even one of those things. But all these other people are doing many and many of those things, and multiplying that stuff that you don't like about me that doesn't even exist, because I never did it. So it's like, fix your mental. But all I'm finna say is, therapy is one thing, but even therapy won't be enough for Joshua, for sure. Mental institution definitely could probably get him on the right track. But if it didn't work for JJ Orange, I don't know. And Dawn, if it didn't work for them, then I mean, psychiatric ward. And it's not nothing bad towards Dawn or JJ Orange, but I mean, if JJ Orange is talking to freaking Joshua, then that's a whole thing on itself. But I don't really care about, what they do, whatever. That's what they do. I'm doing Legendary Grand Entertainment, what I'm doing. all three of them do what they do. I don't do no back and forth little games, and I know that all three of them have done that multiple times. But I mean, I tried to explain to them, predicaments come when you put yourself in that position in predicament, and I've been trying to tell them to do better and all that. So it all goes down to it's up to them. And I've said this so many times, and if anybody's gonna be taking over Legendary Grand Entertainment after, it might be one of them. But I don't know, because I don't know if I can trust them to do the work. Because if they're not working now, and if they're being the way towards me now, I don't think they can be a candidate at all. So, all I'm saying is, you can't blame me when there's people doing way worse, when there's actual people doing the things that you're saying that I'm doing, and they're not showing that I'm doing it, because obviously that's just, not a fact. It's not true. It's false. And you have all these people doing all this other stuff, and y'all ain't talking about them because you're mad about a video game or a Call of Duty or something like that. Like, that's not, like, clearly there's a big difference between me and you. Y'all are on that white video game playing stuff. And then, like, I got the hip hop and the freaking rap and the music and the video games and the movies and the film and all this other stuff. I can keep going on and on about how many things, there's a multiple freaking list, and then so many countless things. And then y'all are just on video games, and it's just like, y'all do that then. Y'all sit there and do that. I'm gonna go get money.